What's going on, guys? Mecha-ish here from the Spider-Man Legends Sandman Build-A-Figure wave. I have Spider UK. Let's do it.
Level 138 in progress. Prepare for launch in 3, 2.
Step out of your world and step into mine.
Welcome back, guys, to another Marvel Legends action figure review, and I have from the Spider-Man Legends Sandman Build-A-Figure wave, Spider UK. Now, this is another multiverse Spider-Man that's pretty much a combination of Captain Britain and Spider-Man with this very cool design. He does come in the same window box packaging that we have grown accustomed to with these Legends figures. You have the Legends series logo at the top, a nice window view of Spider UK along with the left arm of the Sandman. Got Marvel Sandman right there, and of course it says Multiverse Spider-Man. At the top you have the emblem of the Spider-Man, and you have Build-A-Figure Marvel Sandman. Now, on one side of this packaging you do have one of the other multiverse Spider-Man in Spider-Man 2099 with some very nice looking artwork, and then the amazing artwork continues with an image of Spider UK on the other. At the back you can see both multiverse Spider-Man from this line standing side by side looking very cool, and of course you have the Marvel Legends series logo on the top left, and it says across time and space these web-slinging wall crawlers take on the bad guys and fight for universal justice. And towards the bottom of this packaging, you see the entire lineup needed to build this amazing-looking Sandman Build-A-Figure. Alright, let's take Spider UK outside of this box, and let's see what he's all about. So here we have Spider UK outside of his packaging, standing at a little over 6¼ inches in height, and of course he comes with that gigantic left arm of the Sandman Build-A-Figure. Now, this multiverse Spider-Man is a lot thicker in build than your normal Peter Parker Spider-Man because he is not Peter Parker. This is Billy Braddock, and again, he's a combination of Captain Britain and Spider-Man from a different universe. So with that being said, there is a lot of newly sculpted musculature and a brand new body mold for this figure, which is so cool to add to the Marvel Legends line. Now let's take a closer look at this Spider UK. So not only is this guy's body a lot thicker than the normal Peter Parker Spider-Man, his head sculpt is also a lot bigger, as you can see by that big jawline right there sculpted at the bottom. I do like the sculpt of these eyebrows and the mask on his eyes. You can see how the black is sculpted and layered over and all done in that black, and you have the white nicely painted all within the center, and here you have the same thing. So very nice glossy white being used, and I love the paint applications of all those black webbed lines all the way across his head. I mean, take a look at that. Very smooth job, very clean paint applications. Now, I'm really excited about the future of the Marvel Legends line because they've been pumping out wave after wave, and they've been giving us a variety of these new body molds, and we saw a new one as well with the Jackal that I recently reviewed. He has a very broad chest, lots of muscular detail there. The neck is nice and thick, and you see his traps bulging out, and this is a nice little touch, and you're not really going to recognize it because of all the red paint, but they did sculpt in some wrinkles by the creases of his muscles. You can see right there at the chest, right here by his abs, and on the lower part of his torso. So I really appreciate the way they made it look like a costume is over the muscular body. Now, just as we saw with the head, we have a very nice paint application of all of that webbing all the way throughout his torso. You can see here on his shoulders, on the top of his back. Now, I've always been a fan of the Captain Britain design, and I think they executed it perfectly with this figure. This time around, we have the very clean paint applications of the white lines. Look how nice and thick all of that white is. You don't really see any bleeding. You got some more of the thick white lines going down by his shoulders, and I especially love this section at the back. That is very cool. You can see the thick white right there at his back, along with all of that musculature. You got some more clean black webbing, and you really don't see any bleeding of the darker colors coming through the white. Then you see that bright red Spider-Man logo. Now, it looks a little tilted. It could have been centered a little better, but it's not too bad. And unfortunately, I did get a little smudging of the black paint on the right side of his back. Now, we've seen these muscular arms used before in the Marvel Legends line, but they are well sculpted. And then we go on down to his fist, and I really like the separation between the blue of his fist and the red of his fingertips. And again, you have the black webbing nicely applied. Now, from his waist down, you're going to see some more of that detailing with the wrinkles sculpted in at the sides of his waist. You got some wrinkles by his hip joints, and especially here by his muscles. And then towards the back, you can see some more wrinkles as well. So a great job, again, of making it look like somebody is wearing a costume. Now, for the rest of his legs, they're all done in that blue molded plastic, but it is a very impressive set of wheels on Spider UK. Now, his head is on a ball joint, so he can rotate it all the way around, and he has this nice hinge which allows for extension all the way upward, and he can also get his head all the way down. It looks a little weird, but at least we have great articulation. Now, he can rotate his shoulder all the way around, and there is a hinge there, so you can extend upward. You get a little resistance when you get to this point, but just push it on through, and it goes underneath the mold of his torso, and look how high he can extend his arm. Of course, he can go all the way down to the side. We do have a bicep swivel, a double jointed elbow, and the rotation and a hinge at his wrist. Now, one of my favorite things about this new body mold is how they seamlessly made the cut of the ab crunch blend in with the musculature of his abs. I mean, take a look at this. You got the nicely sculpted abs right up top, and you barely see the cut of the ab crunch, but you still have the forward flexion and you have the arch of his back, and take a look at how well designed that is. Awesome job, Hasbro. And of course you have a rotation at the waist. Now because of the mold of his hip joint and the sculpt of his bottom, he is limited in range of motion when kicking his leg back, but he can extend up to the side a little bit and all the way up to the front. He does have a thigh cut rotation, a double jointed knee, a boot cut rotation, and of course he has a hinge that allows for downward flexion, upward flexion, and a beautiful ankle rocker. And if you're having any trouble standing up Spider UK, he does have 2 peg holes at the base of his feet. So there you have it, guys, my video review of the Spider-Man Legends Sandman Build-A-Figure Waves Spider UK. An awesome addition to add to your ever-growing Spider-Verse collection. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a thumbs up and check out my channel for other reviews I've done. And I have so many cool things coming your way, so make sure you all like, subscribe, comment, and share. You know what to do. Peace.